Hello and thanks for joining us on another interesting episode of Your View. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? How was your weekend? Nima, how was your own weekend?
But there's a good side to it. We had a baby girl. My sister-in-law, who has always had boys, had forever wished for a girl, finally had a girl.
So congratulations to her.
That. But it was a crazy weekend for me.
Yeah, we too had a baby girl too. One of my bros, Jide Adeshoko, had a little girl in the UK over the weekend. I'm so excited about that. Thank God for that. Congratulations, Jide. I was hoping for you. Hey, that was my first shout out. You know you are the one that was shouting out. But yes, so how you doing?
I had a really awesome weekend. Really nice. Had all the elements, fun, introspect, meditation, good rest. It had
philosophical.
It had everything that I would expect to make a good weekend. Then I started Monday, and my children were just pressing every button that could annoy me. Everything. They were just doing everything to get me in that mood. As I started shouting, and I was like, don't shout, it's Monday morning. My husband was like, don't let them. Your week is going to be a great week. Don't let them spoil. Then I got to the car and the AC has been epileptic for a long time. Used to, if you do off, it finally come on. This morning, it didn't even come on at all. I'm like, I'm going to be happy. I'm really going to be happy today. I'm happy.
Good. My car is back too.
Good to know that you're happy.
My car is back.
Hey! So you drove it here?
Yes. Didn't feel like it at all.
After so much amendment and...
It's not your car.
Just
don't worry, God will bless you with a brand new car.
Amen.
You need a brand new car. Don't worry, maybe one of your viewers just say, Nima,
I wish I answered that, my grandmother.
In this recession period. How are you doing, Jerry?
I'm very well, thank you.
How was your weekend?
I had an amazing weekend.
You didn't gist us about your Thursday event.
I haven't been on air. Yeah, we went to the school, the official launch of my OSFI Foundation. I was really excited about the turnout. But what was most important for me was the fact that these children really need it at this time. I mean, parents will be amazed at the amount of decay that is happening in the minds of our children. So don't just be an ignorant parent. You have to find ways to learn and relearn, unlearn certain things so that we can push, because these are the future of our nation. These are the future of,
Interesting, when I was hearing feedback from my jaw dropped.
Like this.
I couldn't close it. Like, if you get the information from these young people, you now wonder, what are the parents doing? So as a parent, I'm trying to take every precaution to ensure that I don't get to that stage where this happened to my daughter.
And so you actually need to be informed, you know. So that's why for this year, we're going to be organizing parental classes, parental seminars, ensure that because I've spent a lot of money because you need to understand the mind of those children. You can't just let them and leave them to chance or leave them in the hands of the parents or teachers or whoever. So I think it's important. Well, we're happy that, and it's really apt, and I'm happy that, I took on that cause, and I pray that God will just give us all the support that we need. Yeah.
Okay, great. I think I was practically home most of this weekend. I didn't do anything major. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the Punch. EFCC presses charges against 5 alleged masterminds of the 143 billion naira ghost workers scam. Hackers infiltrated federal government payroll and says commission. Picture here of the traffic, that gridlock on Berger Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Ex-Senate President Namani joins APC, registers in Enugu. No immunity for Jammeh, says Senegalese minister. Clerics opposing FRSC code are money launderers, says Bakari. IDP bombing, Nigerian Air Force panel visits RAN to quiz survivors. MPC meets today to discuss inflation exchange rate. Katsina Varsity bans Christian groups, okays Muslim society. Fayose unfit to be PDP Governors Forum chair, says Kashamu. An alleged $17 billion stolen crude. Reps issue Shell, Nemasa, AGF, others 2-week ultimatum. So who read the major story?
The 5 workers.
5 workers.
you know, some time back we had read that, you know, they had uncovered ghost workers, but apparently just 5 people added 50,000 ghost workers to federal government, and, you know, we're getting paid for it. Finally, they're getting to go to court. We're hoping that they assign a judge to the matter very soon.
It's pretty sad story.
Very sad.
I mean, somebody's being paid 9 billion naira, 9 million naira yearly, yet he's still receiving
normal
salary. It's really crazy.
And you know, looking for jobs.
The corruption that we are trying to fight is within the system.
So
and
the figure is 143 billion.
Yeah, and the truth is that it is only people that are inside the system that know the loopholes on where they can actually rob the system.
I'm happy they are being brought to book. I expect that all the other people that are involved in this, from the banks to every other person involved, should be brought to book.
I want to talk about the
Kano University.
Katsina
State University.
the Musa Yar'Adua University, saying that they've banned all
clubs,
all religious, not all
groups.
clubs, all religious groups.
No, I want to take it
except for Muslim
clubs, religious groups, except the MSSN,
and
Society of Nigeria.
And they've objected at
I
that.
found it very, very sad, because we are trying to, you know, preach coexistence. In last week, we had such issues when they had the ban, and we had just one mosque and one church for interdenominational. So if you have fear of, you know, small groups erupting, make sure there's one recognized body. You can't just cancel all bodies and allow
and it's
just
a secular state. You can't just say, and they're governed by the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You can't just say you are banning.
No, Katsina itself is a state university, and so they are, if it was a Muslim-based university, then
that's
you cannot control what is happening.
Muslim.
It's a private Muslim.
Or a state government.
I think that the state government needs to step into this, because this is under its jurisdiction. Also, when we cannot be in the place where we're trying to say Islam is preaching peace, and then you now do this kind of thing. We're sending a different message.
Islam preaches freedom of religion, so I don't know why you would ban. If you are banning all religions, then it makes sense. But if you are now making preference, that's sad. Let's talk about this picture.
Well, the traffic has been crazy.
Oh God!
I don't know what they're going to do about that traffic.
Right,
it's to repair now.
Right, and they will say that we should not buy things in traffic. If you stay in traffic for like 5 hours, you know, what would you do? I mean, there are so many things you have to put in place.
Well, it's
just
temporary.
Just because we are fixing road, everywhere was on lockdown.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't sleep in my house on Saturday.
Yes, you had to stay over. Moving on to The Nation. Tinubu's private plane flies Jammeh into exile. It should only be used if it will facilitate the quick exit of Jammeh and lead to the restoration of peace and democracy in the Gambia. That's from Tinubu. FMBN signed $2 billion MOU with the Shelter Afrique Redone. That's the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Kidnappers failed to release pupils. Confusion as court stops Oyo local government elections. So Tinubu's private plane,
according to the report,
picked up Jammeh.
Former Lagos State Governor's private plane carried Jammeh out of the Gambia. Reasons, according to, unlike what people are saying outside, the reasons are because he wanted a peaceful and quick exit of the former president, and a quick one for the new one to come in. So he
went to Equatorial Guinea.
Because where they were busy,
that's where he's been.
How will he leave?
So
don't worry, I will volunteer my aircraft.
Just
get him out. And I'm happy.
Let me link
honestly
it to
speaking, I'm happy for the Gambia, because if this man had not at the dying minute, what's it called? There were 2 gentlemen with him. I can't remember their names now, but they put a lot of pressure on him. That was when he finally agreed to let go and just leave. So I'm happy that he didn't.
I wanted to link it to the Senegal foreign minister's statement that there's no immunity for him. What he's actually saying is that was not in the negotiations with the ECOWAS presidents that visited him. So, you know, his properties and everything is open for for the new government to
investigate.
Yeah.
Well, he's gone to Guinea, Equatorial Guinea. That's where he is right now. Moving on very quickly to Vanguard. 21 states spend, I wanted to read the story, spend 37.4 billion naira on pension for 47 ex-governors, including former deputy governors. How Tinubu's plane ferried Jammeh out of Banjul. My rigorous road to 7.8 CGPA at UI. 13-year-old killed in fresh Kaduna attack. For Trump, for better or worse, lesson but for Nigeria by Are Afe Babalola. Turkish college kidnap, outrage as victims, parents accuse police of neglect. SEC tackles multiple stock account, 80 billion naira unclaimed dividend, and indices get better in 2017 financial year. Turkish college.
Okay.
I read about the Turkish, I read about it online, but what I read in the paper is seeming a little bit different. That the money was paid, ransom was paid, and that they haven't released the children and the teachers. However, the police said that they're on top of what is going on, they know where they are, and that they are going to work to retrieve and rescue those people.
And the story was that because when they were supposed to pick up the money, they saw the security operatives with them. So that's why the kidnappers chickened out and just said, and they didn't bother picking up the money again.
Morayo, I feel that I saw the people marching on Saturday against what hasn't been done. I think that Nigeria will need to march against what is being done. As a parent, I am worried that people will now start march for what's being done. Okay, so I think that as a parent, I'm worried that we will get to the point where your child isn't safe in school. Somebody will go to school with guns and then get your child and for profit ask you for money, for ransom. And I think we need to stop this. The government needs to be on top. We can't continue paying. The police was saying, in what I read, that they were able to reduce the money from 1.2 billion to 10 million. In terms of the ransom that is going to be paid. I feel that we shouldn't even pay them anything at all.
It could be a bait. It could be a bait to at least get to them.
They can't tell you the strategy because the police are saying that they are working, but the truth is that they cannot give the parents
Then the police should provide the money.
About 21 states spending 34.
Yes, you read that.
Very good, please. Now they said this 21 states, this money is provision for payment for pension, provision of houses, staff, and vehicle that is replaceable between 3 to 4 years. And top on that list is Bauchi. Then there's Rivers, then there's Akwa Ibom, and there's which other state? Yeah. Now what they are saying is that this amount that they are spending on ex-governors and all that is eating into the budget for the state. Me, I'm just wondering what is the rationale behind paying huge amount of pension? You know, when you are not even sure of how they have managed the funds in their 4 years or 8 years.
It shows an inept House of Assembly. We have a situation on ground. We're in recession. This is when they should make the law, amend it immediately, and reverse that.
If there's anything I've learned since this our last thing, it's the fact that how important the National Assembly and the House of Assembly and the State Assembly is. Now we realize how important they are, and in fact that let's stop looking to elect the principal, but also the lawmakers, because they're the ones that can actually, if you get in the right people, they will repeal all these kind of laws, funny laws of paying.
But I want people in these states to find out if they are owing pension for people that have served for the past 25 years, and you now pay somebody that worked for 8 years, then they should be questioning the reasoning of such people.
That is why people would always steal, Mariah, because they know that
they do everything to enter government.
Yes, they will do everything to enter government.
And if they can't,
people that are in civil service, they will continue to make sure that they find a way to rob the government, because they know that once they leave the office, nobody has their back. We can't rob Peter to pay Paul now. Okay,
our final paper this morning is Daily Sun. Petrol imports gulps 2.58 trillion in 2016. Pro-Trump rally, Southeast Senators IPOB spit fire over alleged security agents' killings. Kashamu, Fayoshe trade wars over Governors Forum. OGFZA unveils 4-year plan to grow investment. Turkish school Lagos police join in rescue effort. I'm humbled by this award. Isn't the Sun Manufacturer of the Year? And Tinubu's plane ferries Jame to excel. Who read the petrol story? Nobody read that story. Okay, I think that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, our hot topic today, Nigeria does not need any more varsities. And later, we talk to members of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Glad to, according to reports, the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, NUC, Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, has called for the establishment of more private universities in the land, arguing that over 100 universities in the land are insufficient to accommodate the millions of candidates seeking admission. However, some academics and non-academic staff in the leading Nigerian universities have kicked against the call, stating that adequate funding for the existing universities should be prioritized. Now, what are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. So, do we think you need more universities?
No, certainly not.
So, you agree with the critics of this
Yes.
call?
Yes, it should be looking more to. Well, I don't know if the NUC also focuses on, but I think so. They should be in charge of the curricula of each universities. We have a problem on ground. We need to diversify. We should start to build solution-based policies that will ensure that we have graduates who come out knowing exactly how to fit in, not people who come out carrying CVs. We have so much of that. Every year, I think about over millions of young people try to get into universities. We churn out millions every year for NYSC. NYSC itself can't even cope. So we have this is not a solution. Create more private universities, and so at the end of the day, what we will be looking at. In fact, today I read in the papers that the JAMB registrar also criticized these policies, saying that the NUC should be looking to solutions. And so
it wasn't a policy, it was just a call for them to create more universities. But if we look at Nigeria compared to other countries who with our population, we don't have enough universities really. If we look at other countries, China, the number of universities, I understand the funding part, very, very key. But maybe we need actually more to fill up.
I agree that we need more universities. I agree that we have so many secondary schools, and the only place they are supposed to get into is the university. So, however, I don't agree with the policy and how they want the current state of our universities. We need more private universities. I don't think the states or the government should be involved in education as beyond regulatory and facilitating the environment to ensure it happens well. The government should focus on, let's say, free it up. Let the universities come up. Ensure that you monitor the people that can afford it will go there. Those that can afford it will go to government universities. So monitor the progress within the privately owned universities. Ensure you fund the ones you have currently very well. Focus on curriculum that will grow the country. And also, we have a sad state of, there are other places they could go to apart from universities. We have the Polytechnic, we have the College of Education. But when you get employed, you are rated as a second-class graduate, even if you spend 5 years getting that College of Education degree, College of Education certificate and all that. So I think the NUC, that is the person that made it, Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, should focus as the NUC on ensuring that the universities on ground meet the standard. No Nigerian university is in the first 10 of Africa. It's that bad. So we don't have good universities. Rather than improving, focus on creating more, which I agree we do need more. We should improve what we have on ground.
Done simultaneously.
I read in the papers this morning a gentleman that was very excited. He got a 7.0 CGPA and he graduated. And I looked at it and I was just telling myself, okay, and you get a 7.0 CGPA and then what? We have graduates coming out every day from the university unable to solve the current challenges of our economy right now. We need to be innovative. Yesterday, I was at a school fair. I sat down because I'm shopping for school for my son. And I heard the principal talking, and he said that this school has been in existence since 1994. But right now, they're looking at it and they're seeing that currently, the current situation that I'll be in, or rather in 6 years' time when my son will be graduating from the school, the kind of graduates that they're looking for are not graduates that are thinking, oh, I want to go and get a job. They're looking for critical thinkers. They're looking for people that are innovative, people that are creative, that can analyze situations, bring solutions. We currently, even in the private universities that we have in Nigeria, how many of them are thinking solutions? How many of them are thinking, okay, if I leave this university, I want to set up something that would bring a solution to the current economic challenges or current structural challenges that we're having in our country. I don't think we have all of those right now. So we don't need structures. They are existing structures. Technical schools were erected for technical purposes. We should not be employing people from outside the country to come and fix our roads or to come and build buildings or to come and construct bridges. We are supposed to churn them out from our universities.
We are talking about banning, what's it called? We're saying that we want to do buy Nigeria, grow Nigeria to build Nigeria. How many of us, or how many of those technical or mechanical engineers can come out and say, I can start a car from scratch to finish? And how is the government supporting them in terms of raw materials or the enabling environment? So I think in our educational sector, it's a big issue, Murayo. It's beyond building structures.
I remember
what we need to do is churn out people that are thinking solutions.
How we even do that? Because our budget this year is about 50 billion or is it 57
for
education. And that is so pathetic. So how do you get money to these universities to improve them? So going back to the private sector.
We focus wrongly on money. Every time we think of solutions, we always focus on money. Yes, there is a part that money must do.
Certainly.
That only money will be the solution. But there is a part that it is just giving the right thoughts, putting the right round pegs in the round holes. And it shows, and I'll refer to one of the private universities in Lagos owned by a Christian organization, and I see their graduates. If you look at the media, if you look at the banking sector, the graduates from that particular universities are spearheading great things. We had one of them here that was supported by a school to produce a movie, CGI movie. This is what we're talking about. It is not about giving them cash. It's about providing the enabling environment to nurture these dreams. Also, we must review the thought pattern of our Nigerians. People are doing stuff.
Okay, let me take Tosin. Tosin, are you there?
Good morning, ladies.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I'm confused because I said the put sent to invite a JAM official. We are not at home. I was not sure when the form is coming out. And then you're talking about university, but it's also related to JAM issue.
Okay.
Don't know when the JAM form is going to come out. By you inviting a JAM official because you are confused at home. Today we know that JAM form is out. No, it's not out.
To write JAM. She's saying she's confused.
Right, thank you very much, Tosin. Hopefully they can.
We'll try and bring the JAM official to clarify what's going on. The form should be out by now, but there's nothing going on.
I would also love a situation where we have something called an innovative trust fund or something. We have graduates in Nigeria, some are not even graduates, who are churning out new inventions. Nobody is recognizing all that. You know, it's rather you're either in a dancing competition or a singing competition before you get recognized, or you're in a beauty pageant. We have those. Recently, there's a company that these Chinese guys set up right in front of my house. They were fixing the metal pillars, and the guys that were fixing these things could not speak any word of English. They were doing their job without any safety, whatever, and they were doing it perfectly well. I was thinking, if you had to do this kind of job in China, there would be safety standard. But these guys are so good at what they do, they were just, flowing like monkeys, climbing the pillars and fixing everything.
Okay, let me take Uche. Uche, are you there? Oh, sorry.
Now, our education system is so key towards the English speaking and all that. To the extent, these guys are educated. They know how to do this. The technical schools, you don't need someone to come and give them all the theories. Someone that knows the practical job, who knows how to go deep down into the job. Put in there.
And that's what the technical schools were supposed to do.
Now, polytechnics and technical schools and universities, we have so made them, the polytechnics and the technical schools, so we've relegated them to the back so well that if the person is not a graduate of the university, first of all, you don't recognize them. So that error already needs to be corrected.
From the ministry,
fact that
no money.
If I understand who I am well, I would not even have gone to the university because I'm very good with my hands. I would have been a hands-on, maybe like an engineer, climbing poles and doing also, because I love to work with my hands. Now, of what use is your certificate if you're not able to impact anything? Where we have a problem right now is from the foundation. And if we must solve the problem, we must solve it from the foundation. Already there are funds available for these schools. How much of it are they
we'll come back to the funds issue. Let me take Daniela. Daniela, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Right, I'm a first semester.
Welcome to the show.
I think I will support Nina. Because it's not all about bringing up structures, really. It's about proper funding. Because, in Nigeria, like what Nina said, right, or is it Nina that said it, that we are within number 10 in Africa. Just imagine, just in Africa. What is our going to do without helping the present graduates? You're not just bringing up structures. Let's even think about the standard again. So when we have structures, then there's no standard. You are even comparing universities and brands. There's standards. We need to think about standards.
Okay,
I
standard.
was
Thank you
gonna
very
say
much.
something. I was watching, I told you this year, I was watching a video of an 11-year-old boy. I was talking about using, what's it called, canal, the back of canal, to construct road. And he did a demo. This is far in the east. There was somebody else that was into something else. These are young children, 12-year-olds and all that. So where is the government? Now, this kind of people, you go and carry them, you lock them in a university and you shut down their brain.
Expatriates.
They are not able to think beyond passing an exam, because even in the university, you're only focused on reading and passing.
Exactly.
If I tell you all the things that I did in university, if I say I can remember, I'm lying to you, because everything we go there to do, we just go cram. And pass. We're not thinking beyond passing that examination.
Mariah,
so we need to revamp our educational sector.
Let's stop.
Going back to critical thinking and empowering the mind, I have one of my students that said that she lost her job because when they were downsizing, everybody that had an HND, if you didn't have a certificate from the university, they were sacked, all of them. And she was an HND person, and she was like, if you're from a polytechnic, all of them were sacked. In Nigeria, right here, there's no labor law protecting them. 2, she said she wants to go and do PGD, and he said that when they ask questions, the lecturer will tell you that just as I've given you in the class, that's the way you should answer me.
Imagine.
So you're not excited to think critically and solve the problem. Just
Let me
cram
take
and
Omale.
give it back.
Omale from Benue State. Thanks. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead, please.
Welcome to the show.
You guys are doing a nice job. I'm one of your big fans.
Thank you.
I love watching your program every morning. Hold on. Please, I just want to what I want to say is, for me, I think funding is not really the issue. Like somebody said, I think we should still look deep down into the university. The money they are generating, what are they doing with it? Do you know that it will interest us to know that most of our universities are still run by government funding? So what are we doing with the money? Every day you see lecturers there, clamoring for more funds, everything. The internal generated revenue, what are they doing with it?
All right, thanks. Well, we have to round. Yes, let's complete.
Someone is saying that he thinks that they should shut down all existing universities, that is too much waste of space. Then Oyetaji says, if private individuals build private schools, what will the 50 billion naira budget be used for? Then Adekunle says, adding or not, unis will keep the deteriorating. Past and current government not helping. Neither is the public or private sector. Education is not a priority to our country. So
exactly
then,
what I was gonna say.
Here we are, and here we may remain. That's from
exactly.
Joel.
I was actually going to talk about priority.
Yeah.
We simply don't prioritize
We're not
education.
prioritizing it.
So
That's the future.
All right, we'll take a quick break now. We're talking about students that have gone through the 4 walls of the university and don't have jobs. Well, good news that Lagos State has something in store for you. Let's take a break. When we come back, our guest from the Lagos State government will tell us the employment opportunity for Lagos residents. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. The Lagos State government has created the innovative and business idea way with 25 billion naira employment trust fund set up by the state. The trust fund is aimed majorly at reducing the level of unemployment among the youth by making funds available to those who have innovative ideas that can translate to viable businesses. Now, joining us on the show is Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, Mr. Akin Oyebode. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so you can read your tweets. You know I'm laughing. I almost can feel you looking at me from your side. Anyway, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, this trust fund matter. When we hear Lagos State trust fund, 25 billion naira, we think, the civil servants will just go and do it amongst themselves. That it's just going to be those who knows who that can actually access these funds. Now, tell us what this fund is about, how you access it, and what you hope to achieve.
So, the Employment Trust Fund is the brainchild of Governor Ambode. During his campaign, he mentioned that he had identified, and rightly so, unemployment as a major socioeconomic problem across Nigeria. So the trust fund has been set up to support Lagos residents who either want to run their businesses, start their businesses, or learn some skills. So I listened to you talking about, outsourcing jobs to neighboring countries, etc., or who want to develop the right skill sets to take up existing job opportunities in Lagos. So ultimately, we will be providing access to finance and also provide leverage to business people and Lagos residents in general. So the question around this is all for people we know. I mean, I hear that every time on TV, on radio. It's something that reoccurs. But the reality of the conversation is that we are very transparent. So we are driven by certain values to be inclusive, to be transparent, and we've done a pilot program now where we don't even evaluate the loan applications. We've partnered with a world-renowned consulting company who will do the evaluation and recommend to us. So it's completely separated, and the process is open to be audited. It's very transparent. So I definitely will encourage all Lagos residents who are interested that when we launch the application process in full later on this quarter, that they certainly apply, because everyone has got an equal chance of qualifying.
So what's the criteria?
So our flagship product is a micro, small, and medium loan program. Now, for the micro loan program, the beneficiaries will get up to 500,000 naira for 1 year at an interest rate of 5%. For the small and medium enterprise loan program, the beneficiaries will get up to 5 million naira at 5% as well for up to 3 years. Now, for both programs, obviously, you need some basic requirements. So first, you must be registered with LASRA. So registration with the Lagos State Residence Registration Authority is compulsory. You've got to either be paying your taxes or be registered to pay taxes. So this money has come out from the taxpayers' pot. Therefore, you must be seen to be contributing to that pot.
If you are jobless, how would you be taking taxes?
So there are different, like I said, there are different programs. We're talking about our loan program today, right? So our loan program is primarily for existing businesses or people who have been trained, who have proper certification and want to start their businesses. If you haven't been paying taxes, you must at least go to register. So we recognize that you might just start your business, right? You might just have started your business. So you obviously haven't paid taxes. But the intent is that if you've done your tax registration, it means that on an ongoing basis, you are then ready to remit the necessary taxes.
You call the third category. How much is that? You said 500, 5 million. There was a third.
No, those are the two categories.
Okay, that's the only.
I wanted to ask about something. When we talk about funding businesses, I saw that you said from the research it was 3% and above. And we know that when you invest money, it is not within the first. Do you have a rebate period where, okay, for the first 1 year of having this money, you don't pay interest or you don't pay refund while you put your business together, and then after you've established, maybe you have a 6-month period to put yourself on ground, then
gestation period for business.
That business.
So you've got to recognize there are two different types of businesses, right? So this loan program is primarily for existing businesses.
So not for ideas.
So we have a startup program, which we're working on at this stage, right, which we'll be launching very soon. Now, that would be for fresh businesses. I mean, we could argue that even for new businesses, for startups, should the funding be grants? Should it be a loan? So there are different conversations around startups. But you have to think about, when you think about putting people to jobs, right, there are different ways you can put people into jobs. Clearly, one way is by training people to take up existing jobs. So, for example, you could say to us, we need 10 cameramen. Right? We haven't got qualified cameramen. And then we can help train those people, knowing that TVC is going to take up those people. So that's one way. A second way is by supporting existing businesses. Now, because when those businesses grow and expand, then they have to hire more staff. Then a third way is by helping new businesses set up. So what we've done is we've started with what we consider the lowest risk option.
Already running.
Right? So people who have already started their businesses, help them expand and hire more Lagos residents, thereby reducing unemployment.
Somebody, let me say a business, like a young person got out of school, doesn't have a job, and starts to maybe make zobo, something as basic as zobo, and makes the little bottle zobo, takes his offices, sells here, and just that, something as small as that. Do they qualify, or do you want the proper established business?
I mean, another scenario. I have a training program that we have students that can work. I trained, last year we had over 107 people that benefited. They're ready to work. Some of them were able to get funds to buy their things that started working. Some can't. Are those eligible to partner, get funds so that they can, because they already have the skill, they got the skill, can they now start their business?
So of course, I mean, so those kind of, and I'll answer both questions. So yours is the easier one to answer. Those kind of people, once we are sure, once we can engage with the training institution, validates the quality of the training program, etc., then those guys can apply, right? But for those kinds of people, we would only lend up to 500,000, right? Because it's early stage, it's very early. Now, to the person who's making Zobo,
selling.
Of course, there are different conversations. I mean, we will look at that business. Some of the things that we want to see, for example, is if you want to sell Zobo commercially, you've got to get approval from NAFTA, right? So as a government institution, one of the things we might do for you is first encourage you and provide guidance to you on getting those regulatory approvals. Now, when you have received those approvals, we can then support you with funding. So it's not just funding businesses, it's also building capacity. It's training the businesses we fund. It's attaching what we call business development support partners to those businesses on an ongoing basis, where they go in there to ensure that you have, so for example, management accounts are done, audited accounts are done, you are not in breach of any regulatory requirements, you pay your taxes, your staff are on the pension scheme, etc. And it's helping people formalize their businesses. So we are moving people from what is essentially an informal business sector into the formal sector.
So you have those kind of trainings available for
definitely.
those kind of people.
I wanted to ask about, based on that Azobo conversation, I've always had conversation with my husband, and we discussed about how we bought into cola. The cola drinks in different form, the way we bought into orange drinks in different form. We import drinks, and we have our indigenous Zobo and Kunu. This is partnered with the World Creation Ministry, and the idea is to create job opportunities. Why is there a plan to help build this Zobo Kunu ideas into worth exporting, because we need forex anyway?
Oh, of course. So I mean, for example, the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment has a broader mandate to support entrepreneurship, wealth creation, and put people to work. They have a number of different schemes. I won't hold brief for them, but I'm aware of a lot of work that is being done in that ministry. Part of it is helping to develop clusters, etc., to ensure that people can benefit from economies of scale. And so we complement the work they do. We just complement a lot of the work they do. And it's important because part of what we can do is, for example, talk to the Export Promotion Council and say, hey, come teach people how to develop products for exports. So if you think about some of the export initiatives to Europe, to America, if you think about things like AGOA, part of this thing is just information. It's information asymmetry, right? So there's AGOA here. There are people who don't know about it. Maybe our role, and that's part of what we want to do. So in this quarter, our role will be to bring people in to say, you've exported, come and let people know how to access external markets. Come and let people know what it takes to export to the United States. Because sometimes it's just a lack of knowledge. And so by bridging that knowledge gap, we are providing leverage, which is one of the core mandates of the Employment Trust Fund.
So there's no opportunity for somebody who just got out of school and has absolutely, just for maybe just training opportunity, nothing, because I know a lot of young people just want somebody to give them handouts. Okay, give me 200,000 now, 400,000 now to go and start something, and sometimes they might just use the money for something totally different. So you're saying for you to have access to this 25 billion, you have an existing business to have the access. But if you're a fresh grad and want to do something, you don't have any money, or you can do training, you can get training.
No. So again, what I've said is we have different programs targeted at different people.
Yes.
Now, the most popular one as of today, because that's the one we're piloting, is the loan program for mainly existing businesses.
Yes.
However, we have a startup intervention program where if you're starting a business, if you're a fresh graduate, etc., it's a very rigorous selection process, but we can support you with a number of different things. It might be a grant, it might be access to workspace, it might be training to accelerate your business.
Gotcha.
So there are a number of different things. And of course, it's also, if you're a graduate, there's also the employability opportunity where we are partnering with, for example, the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment to identify certain programs that help increase the skill levels.
Okay. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll still have our guests with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. I think we have Phillips from Alagbado. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I actually made this program, and I think it's about the job opportunity for the Lagos here. I want to ask our guests if they have any maybe connection with the Ministry of Agriculture, Lagos State, in terms of training and also giving them job opportunity.
Okay, good. Thank you, Brad.
So, I mean, we're working with, obviously, with a number of ministries, but we work through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. So, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Commerce are partners, and we're definitely interested in funding agriculture. So, if you've got a great, and we've gone to Ekpe, we've gone to Ikorodu, we've gone to some of the agri-clusters to see exactly what is happening there and how we can support agriculture. So as part of our pilots this year, the pilots we've just closed. We actually have a number of agri entrepreneurs whose loans have been recommended for approval. So in a week or two, some of these things that we're talking about will actually become reality when our first set of beneficiaries are then awarded.
That since the Lagos State partnered with another state in production of rice, that your fund will be open to certain businesses established not within Lagos, but by Lagos residents outside Lagos. Is there any restriction as regards that?
So you've got to be a Lagos resident, and that's a great question, by the way. The reality is that we prefer you to create jobs here, right, in Lagos State. But on a case-by-case basis, I think that we can.
Because you know what?
We can evaluate.
Let me take this call. Alimat from Magodo, are you still there?
I'm here.
Please go ahead.
Good
Thanks for calling.
Morning.
Yeah, concerning what you said this morning about creating new universities, I think what the government needs to do is fund the existing one, because most of us in Nigeria, with the present economic recession, we can't afford private universities. But probably if the ones there are well funded, and probably if more courses can be implemented, like carpentry, tailoring, it'd be good with a BSc certificate. I guess that would be very good.
Thank you very much, Alima. Thanks.
Because our farm is located in Ogun State, but we are residents of Lagos State. And right now we're trying to set up a processing plant. Do you understand? So if we need funding, are we not supposed to apply with?
No, so your processing plant, if you just come across the border a bit and put your...
Oh, you've not given me land. You know that the thing is, there are many factors for us to locate it there. Because
we'll talk about that a bit later. Let's
ask about.
You are very correct, because people have businesses outside the state.
He said I should bring processing plant to Lagos. Are you going to support me? Probably give me a land where I can build the processing plant.
For cheap land.
Part of what I said is we're supporting with leverage. So it's not just funding. It's understanding where the shoe pinches, right? So if it's land and you're obviously doing great business, of course we can make a case on your behalf. I mean, the Office of Overseas Affairs, for example, does it for external investors. So there's no reason why internally, if you are doing something that's economically viable, why the state can support you with that.
Okay, let me take Femi. Femi from Ogba, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, Mr. Akin Oyebode.
Good morning.
Yes, I listened to you on City FM some days ago, if I'm correct, on a radio station, and you told us to go to your website concerning this loan scheme. But I was extremely surprised when I went to the website and I was told that the loan was already closed. Now I'm wondering why you are now starting an awareness campaign. Meanwhile, other people have been aware, because I later found out someone that has been giving this loan that knew about this before it came to the press. And I'm surprised that they are not coming on air and not saying this is transparent.
All right. Thank you very much, Femi. Good point.
Great question. And I mean, it's easy to answer that. So what we've done is we did a pilot. Now, a pilot is done in a controlled environment. And before we go out to 20 million people, we want to be sure that our processes work. We want to be sure that all our systems work. We want to be sure that the evaluation process works. Now, as part of this pilot, we've learned certain things that would affect the full launch. So it's very important to do something very small, right? And now that we've done that, we've learned certain lessons. When we then launch it in full.
So when is that?
Now, this quarter, definitely. Now, I mean, one of the things that we're looking to do, and I think by February at the latest, we should be able to reopen the process he's talking about, and that will be open to the generality of Lagosians. So, for example, for our pilot scheme, you could only apply by filling and submitting a physical form. Now, that's a cumbersome process. People like Femi, for example, will be able to go online and fill and submit the applications online without interfacing with anybody.
Okay.
So the people who actually might submit a physical form are people who are maybe not able to use technology very well and then have to go to our liaison offices to submit those forms.
Okay.
So part of what we're doing, and this whole engagement with the media is very important, because apart from this, we're also going to the different local governments and LCDAs to let people understand how to apply, how to qualify, and ensure that they put their best foot forward.
So what date exactly are you trying to reopen? Because you said it was,
I mean, an exact date is difficult to give. What I can commit to is that in the next 3-4 weeks, we should be in a position. It's lsctf.ng, www.lsctf.ng. We're definitely keen to take on as many applications as possible. Like I said, on different platforms. The goal here is to support up to 100,000 businesses within the next 3 years. To support 100,000 businesses, it can't be a closed scheme. So we're going to open it up to everybody. And from sometime in February, people like Femi who want to apply will be able to apply.
Okay, let's take some comments on Twitter.
A lot of people are actually saying that it's very difficult, you know, when it comes to things that has to do with Lagos state government. So I think you need to allay that fear. Once again.
I think that, I mean, the Lagos state government under Governor Akinwumi Ambode has been very clear about its mandate to improve the life of Lagos residents. And so what we're doing here is just one pillar of a multifaceted approach. This process will be very easy. To fill the forms won't take you more than 10 minutes. And we'll let you know very quickly whether you qualify or not. There are some people who have gone through the pilot scheme now. Some of them have their offer letters, are going through the process of opening their bank accounts. And definitely in the next week or two, we'll be getting...
Is there a specific bank?
So we're working with a number of banks, microfinance banks, commercial banks, who will help us verify the authenticity of your application and monitor the performance of the utilization of the loan. So it's very important to say this isn't money for the boys, right? So we're going to ask for your BVN, right? Where if you default, we can set that amount off against any of your existing bank accounts.
I have to round up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think that's we learned quite a bit from here. And for a lot of young people out there starting up businesses, or you have an existing business, this is good news for you, at least a booster, because the idea is to create wealth for Lagosians, Lagos residents. So if you have someone living in the village, let them relocate. I'm just that's all we can take on the show. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.